What's going on, my future fighters of America? So today I want to talk a little bit about shadow boxing, why it's so important, and some of the fundamental things that you should be using in your shadow boxing to become a better actual fighter. So rule number one is you have to be envisioning somebody in front of you. If you're not envisioning punches being thrown, when you're in a shadow box, there's two different shadow boxing. So there's the fast and not meticulous. I don't know what the opposite word for meticulous would be, but you're throwing jab, uppercut, spin, boom, 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 evading, punch, move. You're in there. You're in there the whole time, and it's fast. It's fast. You're trying to focus on, like, one is you're never going to move faster than your feet, so you have to kind of keep up with that. So your feet have to keep up with you in a fast realm. But when you're first starting, it should be slow and methodical. That's the shadow boxing that I like. So I like being in like my mini little Philly shell. I'm an MMA fighter. I'm not a boxer. So I'm never going to be in like an actual full Philly shell. And I might not look like a complete MMA fighter because I like to kind of intertwine the two. So I like the slow and methodical. Shadow boxing lets me think more. So when I'm taking that step with my jab, why am I doing that? To cover distance. So now I'm covering distance here. My face is covered here. What's opening? My body and this hook area here. So what am I going to do? I'm going to take that away. I'm going to bring my arm back to cover my body. And now I'm going to cover that direct area where that uppercut could have been coming from. I'm going to put that shoulder forward to protect myself from that hook as I load this punch for my body shot or for my head hook. So those are the kind of things that you get to think about when you're moving slow and methodical. So let's say I'm going through my movement. We're pivoting, distance, feint, feint. All right, off steps. So now I'm on an angle. Jab to the face. Where's my opening? It's my body. It's this uppercut here. Let's take that away. Body shot, body shot. What's one thing that you're never going to do is you're never going to exit straight back. That's how you're going to get knocked out. So it's jab, remove the weakness, hook, cover up, and go off. Or even if the person is in front of you, and that, like I said, this really does go to visualization. You have to be able to see the person that's in front of you and what they're doing. So in my mind, there's somebody that's right in front of me that's standing just like this. So when I'm moving, I'm getting ready, I throw my jab. I remove that empty space. I'm here. At this point, I've covered a lot of distance. I started my first jab from back here. Now I'm up here. So this person's right here. What I would do after that hook is I might take a step, pivot off to this side. Now I'm in an opposite stance. So if you don't have the skill for that, that's something you should develop. So we're going to go over a couple things. The only thing you really need to develop some footwork is a plate, is a weighted plate. So some of the best exercises are just tapping. Footwork is a whole game of dance. So the better you get at pivoting, and that's really what this is all about. Oh, shoot. Like, even I mess up there, and then you can start adding some punches, get your flow going, kind of understand where you'd be moving. So that's the number one. That's the easiest one. Another one that I like is keeping a foot on the plate, pivoting over, hook, pivoting back, cross, pivoting over, hook, pivoting back, cross. And then even with this, you could still throw pivots in there. So as you can see, there's a lot of different combos, pretty much infinite combos that you can throw from there. Another one of like my favorite things to do, and this is just a warm-up. Pretty much any time before I shadow box, this is something I do. Get in my high block shell here, 1 foot on, body shot, flip over, body shot. And then I might add a little shovel uppercut, so hook uppercut. Obviously with weights, that's going to slow you down. And then from there, you can really add your own spin to it. So let's say you want to hop forward, boom, hop back, pivot, jab, jab, slip, boom, here, slip, slip, hook, uppercut, step forward, cross. Whew, talking about doing those things are not easy. But that was me just giving a couple of examples of why shadow boxing is beneficial and how it can help in a real fight. So the more confident and comfortable you're able to do something when there's no one around, the easier and better it's going to look when people are watching. So I think that's super important that you don't try to move faster than your feet. So what I mean by that is, let's say you go jab, cross, you try to pivot, but you're not ready. So you just try to swing that leg back and try to counter too fast, you're off balance. So let's say that looks something like that. You're going to get countered all day. Rather than something here. It takes an extra millisecond to get the form down properly. Boom, boom, cross, pivot, stay squared away from them or angled away from them. Here, pivot through the cross and right back.